I only started using Twitter last year, and I'm only doing it to post whenever I say that I've done an episode. I have no idea how Twitter works, or X. I don't know what to call it. I am technophobic in every sense of the word. I don't understand it. So it's something new that I am learning. I had a very funny moment with my partner because I didn't know how to get to read the comments. Oh well. Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Trauma.HQ. My name's Olivia and this is where we sit by the pond and we have a little chat. Something popped up in my Google News feed this week and it really didn't sit well with me, so I decided to look into it a little bit more. This is something that I have noticed is coming up more and more. I completely understand desperate times are desperate measures, but I really don't believe that anyone who chooses to do OnlyFans solely to make the money that they believe is going to make them sustainable, I don't believe it's a good way. I don't believe it's healthy. And I certainly don't believe that anyone that has an OnlyFans should have kids. And this is the main topic of what we're going to talk about today. So what actually popped up on my Google feed this week, this is what I found, and I did repost it on my Twitter. OnlyFans star son left not well, can't say that word, after classmates taunt him with naked pictures of his mum.
This is fucking awful.
This is something that I genuinely have no idea what is happening to women who have children and don't care what happens to their kids. It's like it doesn't resonate with these things. And for the life of me, I genuinely cannot understand why any woman would think it's absolutely acceptable to do these things and give ammo for other people to use to taunt their children.
My disappointment is immeasurable, and my day is ruined.
I don't have kids, and all I can think of is what would I want to do to make sure that nothing ever harms my children. That is the biggest thing that I have in my mind. I would want to do anything and everything I could to make sure that my children are protected. This is making sure that your children get attacked. This is a topic of discussion that has actually paved the way for the red pill movement. I honestly don't know why it's called red pill. I mean, I wouldn't say this is what the Matrix movie was actually defining as red pill ideology. You have Fresh and Fit and you have the Whatever podcast that talk about these particular topics with women who choose to sell their bodies on the internet or sell their bodies on the street or in whorehouses so that they are making sufficient amount of money so that they're not reliant on a man. But then they believe that they are entitled to someone who out-earns them so that they can be kept women at home. Look, I really don't understand I really have no idea why these women think so highly of themselves. They are not deserving. I'll say that they're definitely delusional. Hi guys, if you're enjoying the episodes of Trauma.HQ, please do a favor for me and like this video, subscribe to the channel, and ring that notification bell so that you don't miss another episode. All right, let's get back into it. In saying that, the Whatever podcast is the one that I can sort of tolerate. I don't like a lot of the people that they have on the show that are on the red pill side, but there are some people that I actually really like and respect. People like Chase have been on the show and have shared their opinions, and he's someone that I would actually value his opinion. Candace Owens is another person that has been on the show debating the hoe mindset, as she calls it. And another personal favorite is Jake from Rattlesnake TV. I very much enjoy his content and I would love to be able to talk to Jake one day. So, fingers crossed. But we're going to look at an episode with Charlie Kirk, who was on the show debating as to why you think it's going to be acceptable for you to be doing OnlyFans and have a family.
I get to have a soulmate that I get to go on an adventure with and a beautiful daughter, and you get to have orgies.
Yes. You can still have a soulmate and a beautiful family and do porn.
So, Molly, I don't think you're right. And if it works for you, then you will definitely defy the odds.
No, I think it does work. I think it can be proven that you can
I know
still...
for a fact it works.
Yeah,
I have friends with kids and like friends who are in relationships, getting married, and they're very prominent doing porn, fucking other people, having orgies.
Let me tell you
all that jazz.
Yeah, let me tell you a true story about a young lady who went to high school near here. When she started to get 15, her mom was a porn actress. And all the other boys would constantly tease her and bully her because they would show pictures of her naked mother. And it really, really hurt her. Do you ever wonder that for your future kids, they might have to be confronted by that or teased or ridiculed by your line of work?
I know they will be confronted with it, but there's so many ways to answer this question. But honestly, for one, I don't really care because to me, the way that I look at it and the way that I'm going to raise my kids, it says a hell of a lot more to me about the child who is instigating negative emotions in my child because of what I do for work rather than my child minding their own business.
She does not want to take any accountability for the things that she is going to put her children through. Right now it is 12, 13, 14, 15-year-olds that are being bullied at school because they're getting access to these OnlyFans accounts with no repercussions from the sites or the people who are creating the content. And they're showing those images of their mums to the people in their class, saying, oh, your mum's this, look at what your mum does, I bet she did that for $4.95. She does not see anything wrong with it, because she is so unbelievably warped and deluded towards the fact that she thinks what she does is absolutely fine. It doesn't have any repercussions on her. She's making good money and that's all that matters. But she doesn't give a damn about what her kids are going to go through. She said she doesn't really care. Kids are always going to bully. You can't get around that. But you are essentially being an arms dealer towards your child's bully. You're giving them the ammunition for them to use on your kid, and you don't see anything wrong with it. I think it's pretty disgusting, and I really don't believe that any OnlyFans person should have kids, because this is what causes a person to do OnlyFans. They have no self-respect at all. And when you don't have any respect for yourself, you don't have it for other people. I say the same thing about fat people. Fat people have no self-respect. That means that they don't respect anyone else. And I see that in my clients as well. I have been very brutal with my clients that are morbidly obese, telling them that you have no one else to blame but yourself. And the lies that you tell is not helping you or anyone else around you. I know for a fact that fat people are very neglectful of their children. No sympathy and no respect. Not from me anyway.
Do you ever worry that you might be producing content that could be seriously damaging other people?
No.
Okay.
Circle back to something you said earlier, where you said that Molly's children, hypothetical future children, could be confronted with like her work, right? Yes. And I think that is not, I don't think there's any career path that precludes your child from potentially being confronted with what their parents say. Like, I know that you're involved in like political work and stuff like that. Do you ever worry that things that you've said online or done or political actions that you've taken might be, like your daughter might be confronted by them by somebody who has like, somebody's kid who has an opposing point of view? I feel like that would, like, do you ever worry about something like that?
Oh, she'll definitely be confronted. It's not videos of me having sex online.
No, but you said like
difference.
Tons of controversial things, right? So do you expect that any of that could like have negative effects on her well-being or like how she's raised or anything like that? Or do you think, and I say controversial like neutrally and descriptively, like objectively, if your views are polarizing, that's going to incite conversation, debate, discussion. Do you ever worry about like kids confronting her with these things and her not being prepared to know how to answer them, or maybe feeling like bullied or embarrassed?
Yeah, I mean, that's a factor of being in public life, for sure. Yeah, and hopefully I build her strong up enough to be able to endure that.
See, the thing is that what Charlie does is that he is a political commentator. He challenges the narrative that is being dictated by American politics right now. So what he says is controversial only to some people. So whatever Charlie does and how he educates and cares for his children, he's going to educate them on how to stand up for themselves in a certain way. You can't stand up against someone who is showing you images of your naked mum. You're going to see it and you'll be completely scarred. So why is that acceptable? So this is an article from news.com, and this is the title. My ex refused to quit OnlyFans even though it's why our son was being bullied. Why would you not want to quit and take down your account? Well, it cannot be just for the fact that it is money. Your child's health is at risk and you don't want to take it down. A dad has been left baffled over his ex-wife's OnlyFans account after the mum refused to quit even though her son was being bullied over it. The bullying started when one of Noah's classmates found videos of his mum's OnlyFans. Noah's now being targeted pretty ruthlessly about this. Kids in his school are playing the videos of his mum near him or trying to show him the videos or sending them to him and his dad. Noah has been desperate to do anything to escape the bullying, even begging his dad to take him out of school. Greg has agreed but has to take time on where to send him. In the meantime, Noah has spoken to his mum Rochelle about her OnlyFans career and asked her to stop. She refuses every single time he asks. Why? Greg says, I've tried to stay out of the altercation. I don't have a problem with my ex-wife being on OnlyFans. It honestly is none of my business. But in saying that, I do think that my son has a point about the frustration with his mum's work. As a result of this tricky situation, Noah has been spending less and less time with his mum. This accumulated into a massive fight in which the teen angrily told Rochelle that he wanted nothing to do with her because she has ruined his life. It was after this that Greg reached out to his ex to see if she was okay. This ended up being a mistake as Rochelle immediately blamed him for alienating her from her son. Not wanting to take accountability, are you, huh? She seems to think that I am influencing him on this, which I haven't. Why would you think that you, who have given these kids ammunition to bully your son, why would you think that that has got anything to do with your ex-husband? You did this. This caused us to have a massive fight in which I told her that it was her own fault that he resents her. She has since spoken to her friends and family about this, and people are coming down on me hard. It sounds like you were married to a narcissist, and the best thing you can do is obviously leave this up to your son, but he needs to get away from her quick. The damage is already done, but nip it in the bud. This is just one of many stories involving the fact that children are ending up being a target as a result of their parents doing OnlyFans. And the complete and utter disregard that these parents have towards their children is phenomenal. I would definitely ask that you go and look all of this up yourself just to see how bad the situation is. I feel so bad for these kids, but I really don't think that it is a good idea for these things to have children. Because like I said, if they don't respect themselves, they will never respect their children. I see this in the fitness industry. People who don't respect themselves, they don't respect anyone else, including their kids. Don't think that, oh, once you have kids, your whole life changes. Yeah, your life changes, but not a lot of people actually change themselves. Your personality is cemented from a very young age. It doesn't mean that your personality is going to change when you have kids. How you are is how you are, and a kid is not going to change that. If you have any active empathy within you, then there's hope for you. But if you don't have anything, well, don't have kids. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me for this episode of Trauma.HQ. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment down below. Tell me what you think. It's not going to affect me. I'm already traumatized. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next time for another episode of Trauma.HQ. Mwah.